Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub for Tuesday, June 29th. Ian Cameron, Skee Prophet, Dutch Boy Fresh, Conor Mac back with you for a Tuesday ready for Game 4, Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. I guess if this was a college football bowl game, you'd call it the Trae Young Bowl because his status looms large on Game 4 tonight between the Bucks and the Hawks. We will get to that in just a second. But definitely want to look back on last night. We saw the Phoenix Suns with an opportunity to close out the Clippers. And, we talked yesterday that we thought the Clippers, the way they've been playing, especially in Game 4, struggling to make shots, leaving things short, fatigue setting in. And we didn't see much of that last night, though. It was a good performance from the Clippers. They had a little adjustment in their rotation with Zubats not playing last night in the last minute. And look, the Clippers hit a bunch of shots, and we ripped Paul George pretty good yesterday on the show in terms of that idiotic statement he made about, I don't have to worry about games where I play bad. I've got my family. I got my kids. I got a good life. Everything's good. It's all good. And it was still a dumb thing to say, but let's give him credit. He was hearing it. He was feeling the pressure a little bit, feeling the heat for a bad Game 4. He made up for it with a great Game 5, over 40 points. He was making every shot left and right, hitting threes, hitting step backs, aggressive, taking it to the rim a few times. That was the night for Paul George. He had it going. And Reggie Jackson, credit to him. One of the few things I got right in that game, because I did win a few props.
Dick with Reggie. Yeah.
The Suns didn't get it done, but Reggie Jackson over points did. I did get the Chris Paul over points and assists. The double-double, unfortunately, fell short. But the other two came in for Chris Paul last night. But if you're Phoenix, look, they got outplayed last night. This was a chance in front of your home fans to get this done and end this series. And now, as I said on Twitter last night, you've opened up this gigantic can of worms as far as I'm concerned. Now you got to go back to Staples for Game 6. It's not something you wanted. Now you got to do it. And you've given the Clippers some life, and you've opened the door a little bit to this team. And the longer this series goes, you've got the specter of Kawhi Leonard. Would he come back in his Game 6, or especially if it gets to 7, would he try to play in a game like that? You've opened the door to that possibility if you continue to let the Clippers hang around like this. So, there's problems a little bit for the Suns. We'll see if they can rebound. They have been a resilient group. Let's not forget the one game they lost previously in this series. They bounced back and they won the next game. Wouldn't put it past them to go into LA and end the series, but boy, they've opened the door for the Clippers, and we'll see if the Clippers can walk right on through that door and maybe give Chris Paul some more agony with a 3-1 series lead. Skee Prophet, what did you think last night, Clippers and Suns? Obviously, the Clippers showing some moxie.
Yeah, I mean, Paul George, he showed up. Like you said, I got to give him some credit. He had a good second half. And I don't know, the Suns, maybe Chris Paul, he's looking a little bit, or I don't know how to say it, just not as good as he was looking before, missing the time. So we'll see if they can respond. I thought that they would get it done in Phoenix. Now they got to go back to LA. And I saw some stats about Ty Lue. Man, I already knew he was a pretty good coach, but it's pretty impressive. They say, like, when he's down in a series or when he can close out a series, he's pretty much like he never loses. So we'll see what happens. It'll get interesting. Now, I mean, I'm not so confident that the Suns can go into LA and beat the Clippers. So we'll talk about that game tomorrow. We have some money to make tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Ty Lue deserves credit. More great adjustments, more great move. How about DeMarcus Cousins? I mean, he goes to the DeMarcus Cousins well last night, and look what the hell he gave you. A terrific game. I mean, I think he had more points last night than in all the previous playoff games he's appeared in combined this year, or close to it. For DeMarcus Cousins last, and it was Ty Lue that said, I'm putting him in there, and it ended up working. Every move he makes, every adjustment he makes, it's working right now. You have to give him a lot of credit for that. Even Ayton, by his standards, had a quiet game last night for the Phoenix Suns. So things are working right now for the Clippers, and they've still got themselves a puncher's chance. And you're not kidding, Skee, about Chris Paul. He has looked off. He has not looked the same since he's been back from that absence where he was in isolation for a bit. He's only shooting 10 of 42. In the game since he's returned. So he is just, the shot's not falling quite as much. He's just a little bit off. He hasn't been horrible, but he's definitely been a little bit off. And he's going to have to find that level again that we saw from Chris Paul in the first 2 rounds. Dutch, what did you think of last night's game?
Yeah, shout out to our chat. Gerald Martinez. We got Lucky 609 in the building and Lucky Power. So I'm saying Lucky. Brandon Lugo. I got Anthony. Man, yeah, salute to y'all. But yeah, last night, man, goddamn, I feel like I got in a tussle with the whole city of LA because I got my ass whooped. And real talk, like I went 1-3 on the show. Only prop I hit was Chris Paul over points and assists. Motherfucker had 8 assists at the end of the third and can't give me 2 more for the double-double. Didn't even get 1 assist in the fourth quarter. DeAndre finished with 11. We had over 11.5 for plus money. No good. No way. You know, when like I mentioned to y'all off before the show, when Zubac got, listed out, shout out to MD and our boy Soldier. But when Zubac got listed out and that line went to 7, I felt some fuckery. That classic NBA fuckery was in process. And we got it, and I felt like the Suns would still win the game. That's why I loaded up on them in play when I got them at minus 125 and also jumped on them at the beginning of the fourth quarter at plus 8.5. Put 2 units on that because I thought we'd see a run. We did. And fortunately, Paul George, had a game of his life and, he kept him going. And then Reggie motherfucking Jackson stepped on their throat at the end and they put him away. And I think this is really a lot on CP3. He had a good offensive game. He had a solid game, but in this series, they're 1-2 since he's been back, and he's shooting 13% from the 3-point line. That's not going to get it done. And it is what it is. They're 2-0 without you. You come back and they're 1-2, and you lose at home. It's unacceptable. Not what I expected from CP3 or the Phoenix Suns, but I don't expect that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in Game 6. To be completely honest, after last night, I'll have to do a little bit more tunneling, researching on that. But it was crazy last night. It was a shock to see how well the Clippers played all around and simply how bad the fucking Phoenix Suns played.
Yeah, that game deserves a lot of contemplation time as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I'm right there with you. You got to think about this one a little bit. It's not something you can come to a snap decision and say, I like this side, I like this total. I'd say let it marinate, like chicken on the grill, let it marinate. Let's think about it a little bit and then come to a conclusion with a good thought process in mind, because you're right, that's a tricky game on paper. We'll talk about it tomorrow night. Connor, what do you think of last night? Clippers back in the series again.
Yeah, I'll just go over the bets. Jackson was really good, especially late. We won that, and Booker over threes, but Chris Paul didn't get there at the double-double. In the Suns, yeah, I'm just surprised to win this, to go to the finals at home. Now you got to go think about going back to LA. I'm just shocked how bad they played. And as soon as they kind of got back in it, crowd got in it, Clippers just made shots. Morris was unreal in the first half. You got to give it that dude. He couldn't miss. Cousins come in. When Ayton goes out, dude, guy like even Cousins was scoring on anybody, anything all the time. The Suns defense, to me, just, I don't know, hasn't been good especially last night. I thought they could be better. Yeah, Chris Paul, I think he's shooting it a little too much because he's just off. I think he's shooting it just too much here. I don't know. We'll see. I just they got slapped. That was real bad last night. So now you got to go back to LA. This could go 7, but I don't know what to make of it. Clippers keep playing, and yeah, shout out to Paul George, man. He was unbelievable. He shoved it to me. He just kept scoring.
Yeah, just play
all night long.
Keep your mouth shut and play. Let your game do the talking, Paul. God, he's my guy too. But after that quote, it was hard. It was good to see him show up. Yeah, shout out to Eric Tang, though. He said Booker was going to have a game. He did, too. Booker had a good game.
He was due. I thought he was due, yeah.
Yeah, he said that too, man.
I will say this. This is not the day to pile on Paul George. I understand that. He played great last night. I'll tip my hat to him. He was fantastic. He was outstanding. Round of applause. Great job last night. But it's like every game we got to hear something from him. The last game, the game 4, was losing is not good, but I'll live, I'll survive. I got my wife, kids, I got a good life and all that. And then after last night's game, he plays well and he says, well, I'm a star and I get beat and the people criticize me too much for someone that's supposed to be a star. Like I get too much criticism. Can't you just accept that, hey, I played a good game and let's move on? You got to say something after the game, regardless. Come on. You've deserved criticism the last few years. PG.
When you're a star, you get criticized. That's the way it fucking goes. If he was a role player or bum, we wouldn't be talking about his ass. Come the fuck on, man. That's like I said. Keep your mouth shut and just play the game, bro.
100% right. Yeah. I mean, enough is enough already. Like, really, seriously. I mean, just play. And if you play, we see you can play well, like you did last night. So, nevertheless, we'll get to Game 6 of that series tomorrow. Tonight, we've got Game 4. It's the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. Fear the deer, maybe for the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young is hobbled. and or doesn't play at all tonight. We'll have to wait and see on that. Right now, we got Milwaukee 7-point favorites in this game on the road, 218.5 the total in this game. This is pretty much a game I've made up my mind because the last game just pissed me off so much with Atlanta. They look like they're going to cover and if maybe even win that game if Trae Young doesn't get hurt and if Chris Middleton doesn't go batshit crazy shooting the basketball in the last 5 minutes of that game. Otherwise, it could have been a different result. And here's the problem. I can't get there with Atlanta. There's just no way I can trust them here tonight, especially if Trae Young's hobbled or doesn't play. But at the same time, you're laying a premium now with Milwaukee. Milwaukee was 4.5 in game 3, and now they're 7 in this game. Like you're paying paying the piper here, if you want to support Milwaukee in this game. I think the game probably will stay under here in this one. We saw the offense died and slowed to a crawl in game 4 down the stretch with no Trae Young on the floor. And even if he does play tonight, I don't think he's going to be 100%. So this is right away, guys. I hate to say it, but I didn't bet the side. I didn't bet the total, although I lean under. I'm just going to stick to props here. And we know props have always been a tricky thing at times with blowouts, but there are some props that stand out to me. When you look at it with Trae Young, maybe hampered or impaired tonight, for Atlanta, you got to look in some other directions from a player prop standpoint. For me, I would look at probably Kevin Huerter here, over 12.5 points. He's capable of stepping up. He has played well at home and shot the ball well. And someone's got to pick up the slack offensively for Atlanta if Trae Young's not able to do it tonight. So over 12.5 for Kevin Huerter is interesting for me. From a Milwaukee standpoint, there's two that stand out. I think Holiday can get back on track. Last game was all Middleton. Middleton just took over because he couldn't miss. I don't know if you can trust Middleton to be that way again tonight. So I think Holiday could pick up the offense again tonight for the Bucks. He had played really well in game 1 and game 2. Didn't have to do as much in game 3 because Middleton did it all. But over 19.5 points for Holiday is something I'm considering. How about Bobby Portis? Over 8.5 points. Like this guy's chipping in lately. And you get a reasonable number there. So the over 8.5 is interesting with Portis. John Collins could be someone you look at. I think the double-double is a good prop on Collins tonight at even money, plus 105, plus 110 in some spots. I like that one quite a bit. Chris Middleton, I think he's not going to obviously score, I think, to the level he did in game 3, but the double-double at plus 250, he's been a rebounding machine. Yeah. I think, at plus 2, and he hit this double-double at a great plus price the last game. I hope I'm not a day late dollar short. But when I see Chris Middleton plus 250, double-double tonight, I'm interested because all he needs is 10 and 10, 10 points, 10 rebounds. We get it. At that price, I'm interested. Plus 250. So that's what I'm looking at with props. I'm staying off the side in total. I just can't get a good – I think Milwaukee, if I had to, gun to the head situation, it would be Milwaukee minus the points for me. But you're laying a tax now with Trae dealing with that injury because, again, 4.5. Now they're in the last game. Now they're -7 tonight. So I'm off that game. And like I said, I'm just looking at those props I mentioned. Skee, what do you think here? Game 4, Hawks and Bucks.
Well, as far as the Herder prop that you mentioned, I probably would include assist or something too. Because, Trae Young, we saw how limited he was. He might be a little better, but it didn't look like he wanted to move too much. And they need somebody to be like initiating the offense if he's not. So probably would think that. Other than that, props for this game, PJ Tucker, he's had his rebound prop every game so far this series. That would probably be a decent look. I like Trae Young points under, just because, obviously I don't think he's going to be good as far as his ankle. Hey, you saw what happened, man.
Hey, say it louder, man. You said that a little quiet.
He was lighting him up, and then in the fourth quarter, he had 1 for 4, and didn't even look like he wanted to move so much. So those 3 props are pretty interesting to me. Other than that, I don't want to pick a side. I said before, I've been doing good on totals, and I tried to go sides lately, and I've been getting smacked around. So I'm going to go towards kind of a total. I don't see how does Atlanta stop Milwaukee from scoring? Like, they're just kind of getting what they want. Giannis can get wherever he wants, and if they put 2 people on Giannis or double him in any way, like, he'll just pass it off to whoever's open for 3. So I see too many ways that the Bucks get baskets. So every game this series, even if it's went under, they've hit 112.5. So I like their team total over tonight. And Yeah, I would leave the side alone. If I had to pick the full game total, it makes me nervous because I hear Nate McMillan say they pretty much that they're taking too many quick shots, and it's Milwaukee is getting out in transition because of it, and so it makes me nervous with Trae Young not being the way. If Trae Young was fine, like they would be okay still taking those shots, but if he's not, they may want to slow it down a little. But outside of that, I know the Bucks will do their part. If Atlanta can get 103, maybe I think it goes over. So I'll lean full game over too.
All right, lean to the full game over as well. By the way, I'm looking at the Middleton numbers because this double-double at plus 250 is intriguing to me. All he needs is obviously 10 points. He can get that. And all he needs is 10 rebounds. He's gotten double-digit rebounds 6 of 14 playoff games for the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's had 10-plus rebounds in 6 out of the 14. So I like those numbers. That's almost half the playoff games for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton has 10 rebounds or more. So when you attach that to a plus 250 on that double-double price, I think it's worth the sprinkle. I just hope I'm not a day late because obviously it cashed with ease in game 3, but I'm going to take a shot with it tonight. Dutch, what do you like here with this game?
Yeah, man, I'm right with you on that. I think I might have sent you my shit before we started here. Yeah, I got it right here. I got a plus 270 Middleton double-double. I like that a lot. I actually like his points too, over 23.5. Minus 105. I just think he found his groove in that game. He looked really good towards the fourth quarter. I would expect the same from him. Shout out to our guy, Gerald Martinez. He says he thinks, Young will be a bigger liability on defense. And I don't think it could get much bigger than that, Gerald. He's already the biggest fucking liability on the court on defense. Let's be real. But I do agree with that. Pretty much he said everything I like, really, Ian. I'm right with you too, bro. I don't want to pick a side. If I had to, I would. I see it's down to 6.5, so I'm pretty sure Young's a go. I would bet Milwaukee here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta finds a fucking way to pull it out. But I believe there's some value on the props here. We went over Middleton already. I really like the points. I think there's super value, plus 270, 250 on the double-double. And what I like is Capella. He's haven't had the minutes of late. He only had 24 minutes in game 2. He had 8 rebounds. He only had 27 minutes in game 3 and had 11 rebounds. But he got 37 minutes in game 1 and had 19. I like the over 12.5 rebounds plus money. I think that he's definitely going to be attacking the board. And if he can stay out of foul trouble, we should be able to hit that 15 rebounds pretty easy there, I believe, tonight. Just get him the minutes. As long as it's not a blowout. As long as he gets the minutes, we get that. And then I'm also right with you, Ian, on the John Collins. I like John Collins double-double. I got it early at plus 136. It sounds like it's dropping a little bit. But he got that game 1. Been just like Capella, wasn't getting the minutes game 2 and game 3. Obviously, game 3, a lot of foul trouble, but got right under that. Dame Lillard was hoping for a – oh, man, come on, man. I see that. This shit – everyone wants to see the shimmy, and we're not going to see no shimmy tonight. I honestly, I hope we see a little shimmy because then that pisses Milwaukee off. And I want the guy to be healthy. I don't want to hear all these fucking excuses from coming from the Hawks and Trae Young. But, if he's hurt, he's hurt. But, yeah, I'm going to stay off the side here. I'm not looking to force anything. Over, under, I don't have a play on either. I just got a couple props. I think that we can get a close game here. I expect Trae Young to be out there and ready to go. Of course, they're going to use it as an excuse with that ankle, but he'll probably be firing 15 threes again like he usually does.
All right, good stuff. So we're liking a lot of the same with the props. I love it. Good stuff there. We'll see what we can do with the because this is going to be a props game for me. I'm just looking at mostly props. I might bet something in game with the side and the total, but nothing as of right now in terms of pregame action on the side or the total in this one for me. Conor Mac, what do you think here with Hawks Bucks game 4?
Yeah, well, I think Giannis had 33 and Middleton obviously went off late with 38. I think they got to have another game like that. Maybe I'm a little off here. I know Trae Young. I just don't trust the Bucks on the road. I wouldn't take them to lay 7 here with them on the road. I just lean with the Bucks. Full game, I lean under the 219, but it's dropped too much. That line's been pounded, and I didn't get on it early enough. I'm with you guys. Collins has been my double-double 135, plus 135. He was in foul trouble. He just was short. And, yeah, I saw the Middleton earlier. I love it, too, at plus 250. He's gotten right around there, 10 boards every game. And yeah, I've seen a few people in the chat over 6.5. I think that's a good look as well. And I didn't take it. Yeah, I like your guys' looks. Trae Young under 27.5. I don't take many unders in the props. I'm looking at it. I'm not going to take it though. I don't know how he's going to be tonight. He could be hobbling around there and hitting threes, or missing and look horrible. But it's just a game I don't love tonight. We'll see. I'm just waiting on the Bucks. Every time, if I'd be all over the Bucks right now, they'd shit on me like they have the last few years in the playoffs. Like, Bucks are gonna go out there, cover easily. I'm on it. So, yeah, staying away.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny. Real quick, Johnny K says Giannis plus 1,200. I actually had that written down for the triple double, but it's super. Like tequila money. I think he will get that before the series is over. It's just a matter of when. He came very close. So the Giannis triple double plus 1,200. That's real juicy, man.
I think just a couple bucks, and there you go. It can add to your bankroll, even if you just put a couple bucks on it. It's probably going to be. There is a chance. So he dominated at times in Game 3, and on the road he did that. So this could be trouble moving forward if Giannis can bring that again. The rest of this series. So that's definitely something, especially at that price. I wouldn't hate looking in that direction. Triple double for Giannis at 12-1. Definitely a good price with that. And we thought it was his ankle initially. It's more of the bone bruise. He's got a bone bruise in his foot is the specific injury for Trae Young. So, but still, it makes it painful, it makes it tougher to get around the court. That's an issue. But it's not just that. It's Bogdanović, too. He ain't 100% for Atlanta as well. That's another, and he didn't exactly shoot the ball well the other night. So they've got major problems right now. You've got two of the guys you count upon for points, if you're the Atlanta Hawks, that are banged up right now. Bogdanović, and of course Trae Young, if he plays tonight, will be less than 100%. So this is where you need that big Italian stallion to step up tonight too. Maybe he can. There's another guy to consider, Danilo Gallinari tonight. Yeah, exactly. What's his prop, by the way? I didn't really look at it, but now that I've mentioned it, maybe
I haven't seen that. But he gets hot though, and he's had some good games this series too. A good prop. I like this one. I think it was MDR said Trae Young to do the shimmy and twist his ankle plus 125. Hey, where that at? I like it. Plus 125. My man.
Yeah, Gallinari. And look, this would be talk about if I don't even know if it's possible anymore because he just hasn't been scoring to the level that we know he can sometimes. But if there's ever a time for this out of nowhere Lou Williams explosion for the Atlanta Hawks, it's tonight. They need it. What can he do? What can he bring them offensively? It'll be interesting to see what kind of impact he makes in this game.
Yeah,
look,
you might get more minutes.
Danilo, Lou Williams, Collins is going to have to be big. You're going to have to. Bogdanović will try do whatever he can out there, but he's not 100%. So you got to find other offensive options for McMillan and this Hawks team. That's going to be the question. I think I saw Johnny K say Hawks money line. Holy shit, that's bold. Wow. But you never know with this Milwaukee team, right? They're off a satisfying road win, and sometimes in the next game, especially on the road, they shit the bed and spit the bit. And, I'd not be totally shocked if Atlanta does stay in this game tonight. But hard time after it fell apart, trusting them after the way it fell apart when Trae Young got hurt the other night. But a good analysis. We're pretty much all on the same board. We're in the same boat here. We're lukewarm on the side in the total, but we like a few props tonight in this game. All right, good stuff from Dutch, Skee, and Connor. We will get to best bets and Dutch's freshest look here in just a second. But before we do that, we'll pause for messages from Manscaped and Southtown 101.
God damn, weird.
All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, make sure you check them out. Stop in for a bite to eat, some pints, live music, DJs, karaoke as well. Southtown 101 in San Antonio. We've got Manscaped promo code Pub Sports. Of course, 20% off your purchase using the promo code Pub Sports. You can get the new and improved Lawnmower 4.0 and all Manscaped products. 20% off your purchase by using the promo code Pub Sports. And mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports. We've got NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, MLB still ongoing every day. Football coming up in a couple of, not just a couple of months. NFL preseason will be like a month from now. I can't wait. Cannot wait for football season. NFL and college football right around the corner as well. Make sure you, no better time to check out mybookie.ag. Sign up for an account. Bitcoin, accepted currency for your deposit as well. So check them out, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Pub Sports. All right, it is time for best bets and Dutch's freshest look for Game 4 Eastern Conference Final, Milwaukee and Atlanta. Skee, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the play that I talked about earlier, and just seems no matter what, they can get to that number. They shoot 22% from three and lose. They get to 113. They blow the Hawks out. The game stays under. They get that 113. They have to come back in the game. The game goes under. They get to 113. So I don't see ways that Hawks stop them from scoring. I like the Bucks over 112.5 on their team total.
There you go. Milwaukee Bucks team total. Look for Ski Profit over 112.5 for his best bet for Game 4 tonight with the Clippers and the or it's not the Clippers, the Bucks and the Hawks. Dutch, what do you like here for freshest look?
Yeah, shout out to our guy, Big Zoe. He on that too. He just he likes that 112 as well. And we got woo. My man. Yeah, freshest look, man. We got to get right. This is a little difficult for me tonight. But we'll go ahead. Chris Middleton. We all seem to, like Chris Middleton in some sort of way. We'll go over 23.5 points. I like the double at plus money, but we'll get over 23.5 points at -105. I look for him to attack. See a lot what we've seen late in game 3, and let's hope we get that early and no blowouts tonight, and we can all cash these motherfucking props.
All right, there you go. Chris Middleton over 23.5 points. Dutch's freshest look here in this one. I'm getting soccer updates in the chat, which is reminding me of the people beaking me on Twitter for saying penalty kicks suck when it comes to soccer. They do suck, all right? That's a terrible way to finish these matches in soccer, these penalty kick shootouts. It's terrible. It's a brutal way to determine a champion in these tie games. Because your logic is that if you think penalty kicks are great, and I know there's people that are saying they'll play forever to try to score a goal, if they don't go to penalty kicks after the 30 minutes of extra time. By your logic, though, with this penalty kick shootout, think about it. You could see a Euro champion, if it's extra time, they're tied, they have penalty kicks to determine that. I don't want my champion based on that. Play the game. Play the game until you fall down. Someone score a goal in the normal game. That's what you do. Next thing you know, what are we going to do? Are we going to all of a sudden, when it's tied in the World Series after the 9th inning, let's have a home run derby, and that's your World Series champion. In the NBA, what are we going to do? 3-point shooting competition? Let's do a slam dunk contest instead of overtime in the NBA Finals. Let's do that. Whoever has got the better, fancier dunk, they're going to be the NBA champion. How about in the NFL or college football? We won't do overtime. We won't play the game first down, second down, third down, move the chains, throw a pass to the end zone, touchdown. That won't decide overtime anymore. What we're going to do is a field goal kicking competition. 5 field goals apiece. One kicker on one team, the other kicker on the other team. Whoever makes the most field goals 5 times wins the Super Bowl. Could you imagine that? They'd be burning down the NFL buildings. They'd be wanting to torch Roger Goodell's house if that happened.
They already do.
The NFL, if they ever did that. 5 field goals apiece, and whoever wins is going to be Super Bowl champion. That is the equivalent of penalty kicks in soccer, and no one can tell me otherwise. Nobody, all right? Nobody. And people that say, but hockey does shootouts. They don't do it in the playoffs. They don't do it in elimination games, hockey, the shootouts. They put that shit to bed after the regular season. Soccer doesn't do that. You see a semifinal, it's a penalty kick when the game's tied, or a World Cup final, or a Euro final. You could see that happen, a penalty kick shootout. It's terrible. It is a brutal way to decide the matches. No one's going to change my mind on that. And I dropped the mic. I'm out. There we go. I've had enough.
I
watch female soccer,
Rolling and
so I don't
spiking.
know.
I've had enough of it. This nonsense and people saying that's a bad take, Ian. You don't know soccer. I know sports. I'm 35 years old. I've been watching sports for 30 years. I know something about it. And what I know is that's a lousy way to determine a winner, in my opinion. Absolutely brutal, in my opinion. Anyway, Conor Mac, best bet. What do you like here tonight?
That was great. I like Middleton's double-double. I'm going back to my guy. Woo, woo, woo. I love that you like it. John Collins, plus 135 without Trae Young.
Hell yeah.
Going with him, plus 135. He gets it tonight. He's not in foul trouble. So he plays more than 23 minutes. He gets it. John Collins, double-double.
Yeah, I like that. John Collins, double-double. Still even money, plus 110. It has come down, that price. Dutch, you mentioned that.
I got
Yes.
it earlier.
That price has definitely come down, but I like it there. John Collins, plus 110, double-double for best bet. I'm going to go with Kevin Werder, over 12.5 points, best bet for the Atlanta Hawks. This is the guy that I think steps up here. Shimmy and then penalty kick. I like that from Anthony in the chat. Very good. Yeah, a little shimmy there, and then a little kick. Get your foot going.
You gotta do the bird call shimmy. Get
yeah. Well, they got to win tonight, Atlanta. I'm saving that. They got to make
show up
and win the damn game tonight, or win another game in this series. If another game,
hashtag shimmy call.
Shimmy, and you'll get the bird call, and you'll go a little fist pump. It'll be a whole rendition. We'll do a fist pump. We'll do clap. We'll do a little shimmy, and then we'll do the bird call. You're gonna enjoy it. For sure. So Kevin Werder, over 12.5 points for best bet for me for this show. But I like a lot of the others too. Collins double-double, I like. Middleton double-double, I like. Bobby Portis, I think over 8.5 points is a bargain with the way he's played the last few games. There's a bunch of props I like, but I'll go with Kevin Werder, the redheaded stepchild for the Atlanta Hawks, over 12.5 points for best bet tonight. All right, great stuff, guys. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Brian Watson, Alfonso Scott, Trotwam, Anthony Imbronio, Puzzler, Gerald Martinez, Don Anderson, Woo Woo Woo, Jeffrey Osborne. No, I know Kenny Woo, Brian Watson, Razor Sharp, Jared Garrett, Eric Chang, Tristan, Soccer Nick, Mark Unkefer, Johnny K, Sterling Gentry, Harold Williams, Eric Chang. Everybody in the chat, thank you for John Roy. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. Jerry, Jamal Stone, Preston, everybody down, Mark Rosado, Luke Murphy, Chris Smith, Alejandro Sosa. Alejandro, I should say, Sosa. Skee Prophet. No, the Skee Prophet's with us. I don't have to shout him out, right? All right, that'll wrap it up, guys. That is the NBA Pub Hub for Tuesday. We're back tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. We'll talk Game 6, Western Conference Finals, Clippers and Suns. Don't you dare miss it. Join us for that. For Skee, Dutch, and Connor, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the Bucks and Hawks Game 4. And we'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday for another NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, I can see that, Razor. I can see that, my
Get him, Razor.
Yeah. Salute to the chat. Everybody but Razor. No, for real. Yeah. The real ones. Hey, be sure to like and subscribe. If you dig the content, just hit that motherfucking like button one time. We already know we're about to hit these motherfuckers straight over the head. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest.
We be poppin'!
Get him, Razor.
Hey, it's about to be a holiday.